Hello everyone, I welcome you all to today's class. I'm Ankita Pokharel. Today we'll be doing a reading section under the topic Meeting People. We'll learn about Kumari's first day at Saraswati Basic School, followed by a poem entitled Tree Leaves. Let's begin the class now.
Okay kids, here we're about to read about the events that Kumari faces on her first day at Saraswati Basic School. Let's start. So what happens first? The gatekeeper welcomes Kumari's family. Namaste, I am Dolma. I am the head teacher of this school. Good morning, dear all. I am Kumari Mazi. I am from Kaski. Hello, Kumari. Meet my friend Rita. She is from Dolakha. Pleased to meet you, Rita. I am happy to meet you too. Goodbye to you all. We had a wonderful time today. See you soon. So, what happens in the first picture? Here, in the first picture, the gatekeeper is welcoming Kumari's family to school. Now, in the second picture, Miss Dolma, the head teacher of the school, is introducing herself to Kumari and her parents. Okay? Now, Kumari has reached the class here in picture number 3 and she says, "Good morning, dear all." And she is introducing herself in front of the whole class. She says, "I'm Kumari Mazi. I'm from Kaski." Here in picture number 4, we see that Kumari is getting introduced with each other in her new school. She says, "Hello, Kumari. Meet my friend Rita." She is from Dolakha now. Kumari is getting new friends here. Once she gets introduced, what does she say? She says, "Pleased to meet you, Rita." Pleased means to be happy. Okay? "I'm happy to meet you too." So Rita says that she is also happy to meet Kumari. Now, this is the time that she has to go back home. She says goodbye to you all in front of the class, to all of her classmates. "We had a wonderful time today." Now she is talking to her friend again. And guess who is the friend? Yes, she is Rita. See here in the picture where she gets introduced, the girl with the long hair is Rita and the one who is wearing yellow shirt is Kumari. Okay, now at the end of the picture, we can see they're having conversation again and then they say, "We had a wonderful time today. See you soon." So they are happy about meeting Kumari and Kumari is enjoying her first day at school, right? So kids, we will now do a little exercise that is related to the reading picture we have done just a while ago. Let's try doing it together. Here, we need to complete the sentences with the correct words. And let me provide you with some options. The options are wonderful, gatekeeper, head teacher, pleased. Okay, let's begin. My mother works in a community school. She is the dash there. What should be the correct option? Yes, you guessed it right. The correct option is head teacher. Let's write it here. Let's go to number B. The dash stop the guests and check their invitations. So, what do you think is the answer here? Yes, gatekeeper. We usually get stopped by gatekeepers whenever we go to new places, right? So let's write the answer here. Gatekeeper. Number C. Ganesh was dashed to meet his friends yesterday. What do you think is the answer? We have 2 options left. Is it wonderful or is it pleased? Yes, he was pleased. And the last one. Tony's birthday party was really wonderful. And we did our job really, really wonderful, right? Okay, let's move to another exercise now. And the next exercise we have is answer these questions. Who did Kumari go to school with? Kumari went to school with her parents. What is the name of Kumari's new school? The name of Kumari's new school is, do you remember the name? Yes, it's Saraswati Basic School. So let's write it here. Okay, where is Kumari from? Do you remember where is she from? She had introduced herself with her name and the place she had come from. Yes, she is from Kaski. Let's write it down. Kumari is from Kaski. How did she introduce herself? Do you remember how did she introduce herself? Can you write it in sentence? She introduced herself in front of the class by wishing all the students good morning. Right? Let's write it down. She introduced herself in front of the class by greeting them. Now, the last question we have is, how did Kumari say goodbye to her friends? She again said goodbye to her friends in front of the class and revealing that she had a wonderful time that day. So let's write it down in sentence. She waved goodbye to the class and said that she had a wonderful time that day. Right? Okay, we are done with doing the question answers. Okay kids, as you can see, I have written 2 columns separated by 2 different topics, right? One of the columns shows expressions and the other one shows responses. Now, wherever you find expressions, we are going to fill in with responses, and whenever you see responses, we are going to write down the expressions for those responses. Let's try doing it together. If someone gives you an expression of saying nice to meet you, how do you respond to it? How do you respond to the statement nice to meet you? So you say, I am happy to meet you too. Remember, the answers can vary, okay? It can be different, yet it can be correct, okay? I am happy to meet you too. Now, here in the second number, we have a response as see you tomorrow. What do you think is the expression for this response? Maybe if someone says goodbye, see you, then the response can be see you tomorrow. Yes or no? Yes. Again, please keep in mind that the answers can be different depending upon the sentences. Now, let's go to number 3. It's written, hi, I am Mahesh. So, here's an expression that says, hi, I am Mahesh. Now, we need to write down a response for this. How can we respond to this statement? Maybe we can say, hello, Mahesh. Nice to meet you. Can we say that? Yes, we can. Now, in the next number, we have a response that says, nice to meet you too. What should be the expression that we give to receive the response as nice to meet you too? Maybe if someone says, I'm pleased to meet you, then we can respond by saying nice to meet you too. Now, moving on, the last expression that says, hi Tiana, meet my friend Satyam. What do you think can the response be to this statement? So the response can be, hello Satyam, I am happy to meet you. Okay, I guess you have got some ideas now about expressions and responding to those expressions, right? Okay, let's move on to reading a poem now. As you see kids, here on the screen there's a poem entitled Tree Leaves. Let's try and read it together. Red, yellow, orange and brown, from the trees leaves fell down. Let's do it again. Red, yellow, orange and brown, from the trees leaves fell down. It's the winter that had called them. They came down, leaving their stem. Okay, we are done with the first stanza. So the first stanza explains us about the different types of colors, different colors of leaves that has fallen down during the winter time. Okay, who had called the leaves to fall down? The winter did, right? And how did they come down? They came down leaving their stem. We find leaves in the stem, right? So they fell down. Different colors of leaves fell down, leaving their stem. Let's move on to second stanza. Let's see what it has for us. They fell on my head and on my hand. I wondered where they would all land. Now, the poet says, that they fell on my head and my hand. Where did they fall down? On the poet's head and hand, right? And the poet is wondering where they would land, where they would fall down. Okay, where they would all land means where they would all fall down. Alright, now the poet further says, I looked at them. They were dancing with the wind. They were playing. So, if you have seen some leaves falling down the tree's stem, you can also see they look as if they are dancing, swirling in the wind, right? Yes. So the poet also watched the moment and felt like they were dancing along with the wind. And the poet also says that the leaves looked like they were playing, right? Whenever we play, what do? We twirl, we swirl, right? So the poet also sees that the falling leaves were dancing and playing. They fell down all day long. Together they sang a beautiful song. So whenever leaves fall down from the tree, we happen to notice a different kind of sound, right? And the poet relates that sound to be a beautiful song. The poet also says that the leaves of the tree fell down all day long. Okay? They came to meet me and bade goodbye and flew again towards the sky and flew again towards the sky. So the poet felt like they came to meet that person and said goodbye. Bade goodbye means to say goodbye. Okay? And then again, what did the leaves do? They came down, but they again flew towards the sky with the direction of the wind. Alright? So this is all about leaves falling down from the trees and the pattern. How did they fall? And what are the thoughts that the poet gets when the leaves are falling down? Okay? Now let's try doing some exercises related to it. Here we are about to answer some questions related to the poem. Let's do it together. What are the colors of the fallen leaves? So kids, do you remember the color of the leaves that fell down from the trees? Yes, we came to know that there were different colors. Let's write it down in sentence. So the colors of the fallen leaves were red, yellow, orange and brown. Let's move to the next question. Why have the leaves fallen down? Do you remember the reason why did the leaves fall down? We had read that the leaves fell down because of the winter, right? So let's write it down in the sentence again. The leaves have fallen down due to winter. Let's move to question number C. Where did the leaves fall? So there were different places the poet narrated in the poem that where the leaves had fallen down. Do you remember? Yes, they fell down on poet's head and on poet's hand, right? So let's write it down in sentence. The leaves fell on the poet's head and hands. Let's move on to another question again. So what did the leaves do after they fell on the ground? What did they do? They kept dancing and playing along with the wind. Yes? Alright, let's write that down in sentence again. They played and danced along with the wind. So students, here we are going to get a little bit of creative right now. Using the following words and adding some of them on your own, you'll have to create a poem under the topic friendship. Now, I have given here some of the words that can be used for your poem. You can choose, you can use all the words if required. If not, you can omit them and create your own poem using your own words. Okay? Here, the words that you can use are bond, fond, trust, must, just to make it rhyming. Okay? Laughter, after, sharing, caring, support, report, wavy, happy, loving, behaving, great, forget. Okay? So, using these words, try and create a poem under the topic friendship. You can use some more of the rhyming words on your own. Can we do that? Let's try doing it. There's no harm trying it, right? How did your class go today? If you have any suggestions or feedback, please feel free to reach out to us at learning@dearwalk.edu.nb. See you in the next class with another lesson. Thank you.